Are you a doctor or another healthcare professional with a private practice, and promoting your private practice and yourself feels so uncomfortable and awkward, maybe even cringy, and maybe it feels like you're boasting? I get it. The culture of medicine, especially the NHS, doesn't prepare us for self-promotion, talking about money, or making ourselves visible. But here's the thing. If patients cannot find you, they cannot choose you. And if they don't choose you, they may well end up with somebody whose approach or expertise isn't right for them. Now, what if I told you you do not need to sell yourself to attract patients? You can show up without bragging or feeling salesy, in a way that feels natural and ethical. In this video, I will explain how. So why do doctors, dentists, and other healthcare professionals struggle with self-promotion? Well, you're a clinician, not a marketeer. In the UK, where healthcare is free at the point of care, talking about money or promoting your services can feel particularly awkward. And maybe you're worried about what your colleagues, some of whom may have trained you, will think about you once you start putting yourself out there. Maybe you think that your work should just speak for itself, and word of mouth is enough. But here's the truth. Patients don't always go on recommendations from GPs. They might not even ask GPs or even their friends for recommendations when they think about accessing private care. They do research online. And here is a sobering statistics from the head of YouTube Health for the UK and Ireland that I learned about at the Health Meets Tech event. Every day, an average person watches 62 minutes worth of YouTube content, and a large chunk of that is health-related information. But here's the problem. Most of it isn't actually from medically qualified professionals. And worryingly, research shows that patients don't prioritize content from physicians versus non-medically qualified influencers and wellness gurus. To them, it's all pretty much the same. So if your patients are connecting with the content produced by random health and wellness gurus, that means that your patients or your potential patients are making important health-related decisions based on unverified or even misleading information. If you are invisible, you are not only missing out on opportunities to grow your private practice, most importantly, you're missing out on the chance to help people who need your expertise and your knowledge the most. So what do patients actually want? A report published by Private Healthcare Information Network, PHIN, in 2024 found that patients expect consultants to invest in their shop windows and provide information in a way that adds a human touch. Patients don't just want information about qualification and credentials. They want to see how you come across, what your approach is, and how you communicate. They want a greater connection. And the best way to do it? Video. According to a marketing research company Insevia, viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when they read it in a text. Video content is powerful. It can help build trust. And when done right, it can help patients absorb information, feel reassured and validated in their struggles, and get a sense of you before they even book an appointment. When patient is considering private healthcare, two things will be on their mind. Can this doctor help me? Am I going to be comfortable with this doctor? Seeing you on video helps them to get a preview of what to expect, what your approach is like, what your personality is like, and what your communication style is like. And this helps them to decide whether you're the right fit. So it's not just about getting more patients into your clinic. Think about it as providing patient-centered care and making sure the right patients find the right doctors for them. So how can you make yourself visible and relevant without this sense of bragging or self-promotion? There are 4 things that I'd like you to consider. First of all, shift the focus from me to patients, from your discomfort to how can I serve the patients better. This means instead of thinking, how can I promote myself? Or, oh, I hate marketing for my clinic. Think about how can I help patients before they even step through the door of my clinic. And the best way to do this is through educational video content. For example, if you're an orthopedic surgeon, you can make a short video on how to tell if your knee pain is serious or what to expect from ACL surgery. If you're a dentist, make short videos on is tooth pain always an emergency? Or does your child grind their teeth? You're not saying book an appointment with me. First and foremost, you're providing informational and educational value for the patients. And when patients see that value, they're more likely to feel connected, making it easier for them to decide if you're the right fit for their needs. Secondly, show your personality and your approach. As Finn report from last year demonstrates, which we mentioned earlier, patients don't pick a private doctor based purely on credentials and qualifications. They want to know they can really trust you. And video helps you to build that trust and connection with those potential patients. Video allows them to get a real taster of your work, how you explain things, how you communicate, and whether they feel comfortable with your approach and your personality. A series of simple short videos answering commonly asked patients' questions in a clear and engaging way, explaining your approach or addressing key concerns is more effective than a written leaflet or a block text on your website. And these videos can be either embedded on your website or featured on your YouTube channel or even on LinkedIn. I know many doctors have a great presence on Instagram and TikTok. I'm personally not a big fan, and I will explain more why I think other platforms are better than TikTok and Instagram in my next video. And to make content creation even easier for you, you can download my free guide, 21 ready-to-film video ideas for doctors and dentists, linked in the description below. Thirdly, make it easier for patients to understand what you do. When patients research online, they don't always think about subspecialties. Basically, all they want to know is, can this clinician help me? So during your face-to-face interactions with people, as well as building your online brand, instead of saying, I'm a consultant dermatologist, say, I help adults struggling with acne find long-term solutions that actually work. Be clear, be relatable. Make it easier for the patients to connect with you and your mission. And also for the referrals to find you. Lastly, let's talk about addressing fears and concerns about what will my colleagues think if they see me putting myself out there. And this is a real concern I hear about from senior doctors, dentists, and other healthcare professionals who choose to stay well away from social media or putting themselves out there for visibility in the fear that their colleagues might think badly of them. This is also when imposter syndrome can creep in. Who am I to talk about that topic when Professor XYZ is the real expert in this field? Sounds familiar? But you see, even if Professor XYZ is indeed the world-renowned expert in that particular topic in your field, they're most certainly not going to be the right person for every single patient with that problem. Patients have different needs, expectations, and communication preferences. So instead of comparing your knowledge, experience, and expertise with other people's experience, focus on the value of educational content you are delivering to the patients. Your insights, your unique way of explaining things, your unique background and approach will resonate with the right people for you. And who knows, maybe your colleagues and that Professor XYZ will say, good on you for trying to be so innovative and embracing digital influence. And if they don't, who cares? It's all about the patients anyway. So here are some take-home points from this video. Making yourself visible isn't about self-promoting or bragging. It's about patient-focused service first. When you frame it this way, it doesn't feel that cringy after all, right? Video allows you to educate, build trust, and connect with patients long before they walk through your door. By sharing your knowledge in a way that is accessible and engaging, you help patients make informed choices about their healthcare. If doctors and healthcare professionals don't step up and create trustworthy content, others will fill that gap, and not always with the right information. So embrace video. It's not about selling yourself. It's about providing real value to the people who need your knowledge and expertise most. YouTube is the best platform to do exactly this. In my next video, which I will put here, I will explain how you can use YouTube to grow your private practice organically, without ads, for free, without this sense of bragging, and increase your visibility and digital influence. So make sure to check it out next. Until then, bye bye.